Pangong-Tso Lake of Three Idiots is now taken over by China. As China builds bridges and villages in India, Goy says the situation is being monitored and closely watched, drawing criticism from Congress. We are monitoring the situation, says India on Chinese infiltration. In the meantime, the Chinese are advertising Pangong Lake as a famous tourist spot. Shen Shui at Shen_Shui on Twitter claims, actually, #Pangong-Tso in #China is open to tourists at home and abroad for quite a long time. The lake is near Chinese National Highway, a good place for self-driving travel. We have a resort on the lake there. How can China claim Pangong area and the lake was open to tourists for a long time when the movie, Three Idiots, of 2009 had the lake in Indian territory? 2 bridges built by China in Pangong area are done illegally.
2 bridges built by China in Pangong area are done illegally on Indian territory, and PM Modi is being criticized for his silence as China builds second bridge, while the government saying they are keeping a constant watch on all developments and that have a bearing on India's security and takes all necessary measures to safeguard its sovereignty and territorial integrity, according to MAA spokesperson Arindam Bagchi.
In Bagchi's statement on Friday, he reiterated that the government keeps a constant watch on all developments that have a bearing on India's security and takes all necessary measures to safeguard its sovereignty and territorial integrity. A senior defense establishment officer said it was earlier thought that the second bridge was a temporary structure built for facilitating work on the first bridge. He said they thought the first one was the permanent bridge, and the second one was a temporary structure for facilitation. But, he said, it is the other way round now. This is the permanent bridge, and the first one seems to have been built to help in building this, he said. Asked when the construction work had started, the officer said though the area was being monitored, they didn't keep the timelines for the second bridge as it was assumed to be a temporary structure. However, he said, work has been going on for a few months now. The bridge is situated around 20 kilometers east of Finger 8 on the north bank of the lake, where India says is the point that marks the lake. But by road, it would be over 35 kilometers from Finger 8. The area has been under Chinese control since 1958, although it is just west of India's claim line, which, according to India, is its international boundary. It is just east of a ruin named Khurnak Fort, where China has major frontier defense bases. The region is called Rutong County by China. China has a frontier defense company at the Khurnak Fort, and a water squadron further east at Banmojang. The bridge is near the halfway mark of the boomerang-shaped, 135 km long Pangong-Tso. India has about 45 kilometers of the lake under its control. Congress questions PM Modi's silence. Congress, PM Modi's silence on Chinese infiltration tells 100 stories and say, the PM's silence on Chinese infiltration of our land tells 100 stories. It tells the story of cowardice. It tells the story of cowardice. It tells the story of pseudo-nationalism. India unprepared. In January 2022, Army Chief General Narawane said that India is more than adequately prepared to deal with any military ramifications that the new Chinese land border law might bring, Indian Army Chief Gen Manoj Mukund Narawane said. Any border law which is not legally tenable and which is not in agreement with the agreements we have had in the past, obviously cannot be binding on us. However, presently, it seems India is silent on China's continuous infiltration and constructions. 2020 to 2022 China-India Galwan battle. Especially after the Galwan battle, the Indian government may be realizing that this infiltration is always a challenge to the Indian military. Nepali observers confirm the Indian hand for the unceremonious ouster of Prime Minister Imran Khan in Pakistan last month.
Meantime, it is shared by Nepal that Nepali observers confirm the Indian hand for the unceremonious ouster of Prime Minister Imran Khan in Pakistan last month, April, and the dangerous demonstrations that destabilized not only friendly nation Sri Lanka but also forced the sitting Prime Minister Mahinda Rajpaksha to prefer a grand escapade to save his and family men's lives.